And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning, and I know that you are also beautiful and beautiful too. Hey, welcome back. It's great to have you here. We're going to be back in Create Mod today because that's where all the fun is happening. But before I get to that, just a little note for those of you who may or may not be watching this live. I'm doing some testing on some updates to my bot. Riley is awesome, but I'm making a couple of changes. So hopefully everything is going to work okay. My testing went all right, but hey, just wanted to let you know that might be an issue. All right, let us jump into the game and hope for the best. Okay, so here we be in the game, and I also have the right keyboard connected, so let's sleep. So if you've looked at the title of this happy little stream today, we are welcoming our new mole people. Now, I'm not saying that they were mole people from birth. I'm just saying that they're going to become mole people whether they want to or not. And I'm sure that is perfectly fine with them. There is no possible way that they would be opposed to becoming mole people. Okay, no, they're perfectly happy with it, and we're fine. At least that's what I keep telling myself. All right. Oh, you know what? First off, let's grab some more dirt because hey, we're gonna be burying a village. Because that's fun. But also, I was doing some stuff last night and brought my RV back here, so I need it over there. So we're going to dirt it up here a little bit. I need to set up a faster thing to fill that barrel. Just a touch slow. It's hopper speed, which is fine, but also slow. All right, hang on. Let's grab the RV and get going. All right. Southtown. This is where we want to be. Oops. Hi. Are we in? Oh, we're in I'm a car mode. Or I'm a building mode. Hang on. Okay. Now it's a train. All right. Let's try this again. This time with feeling. All right, it's nice to sit back and let the GPS take you where you want to go. And that's absolutely what we're doing. Self-driving cars, man. It's the wave of the future. And, you know, my biggest complaint is they don't wave to you as you go by, like all of those friendly Jeep people, you know. I think we hit a pig. Might have been a sheep. Whatever it was in the way. So I think it has deserved getting hit by a car. No. These silly villagers, man, they don't move. They don't move. That was your fault. You could have moved out of the way, but no. All right. Oh, let's put this back. All right, you know, because villagers are silly geese. Okay. Wonderful. So there's our portable base. Now, here's the thing. I need to do some terraforming out here because the way this is all floating and stuff is just stupid. And the track continues over there. So I think the plan here is to, go full mole people with this village, okay? I'm going to run, basically we're just going to pave this over with dirt, but I think this one may have some hills. I want to cover up the windmill. That house over there, I might leave peeking out. Not entirely sure how I want to approach that one. And then this side is kind of going to stay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build in some walls here, and then we'll build sort of a gateway entrance kind of where these two houses are, okay? I may rebuild those houses. Okay, and we'll maybe do a little bit more terraforming around here as well. And then on this side of the village, I think this side is going to stay, and we'll have another gateway from the mole people, maybe even right along this path. I don't know. But another gateway that leads out to this little suburb out here, okay? So that's the plan, is I'm just going to cover this because it's going to just be a lot easier to terraform. It's just going to look a lot nicer. So we're going to do that. I don't have any grass on me, which is probably a minor problem. Whack, train! Okay, also, minor problems. We've got this. So, step one. I think I'm going to need to... Well, do I want to check this out? Which direction is this? This is going this way. Honestly, I don't know that I need this track here. Or what was going to be track here. So, let's go ahead and take this out. And then we'll get the rest of this going. Yeah, no, this is going to be good. Just looking at the way all of the terrain over here is behaving. Yeah, we definitely need to do a little bit of something here. So we're gonna do that. Also, we're gonna eat a sandwich. It'll be so nice when my sandwiches are gone and I can go eat cheeseburgers. Actually, probably chicken cheeseburgers with bacon and lettuce. Which sounds really good. You know how rarely I eat cheese these days? I love cheese. But, you know, this whole cutting back on fats and stuff, you know, well, probably good for my heart and or my waistline. I miss cheese. It's not that I never eat cheese. I had cheese last night. With the healthiest of dinners, we had, amongst other things, frozen burritos. You know, so that's a thing. But you know, there's cheese in there. I liked it. I burned my mouth because the cheese was really flippin' hot. Okay, we'll just stair-step a little grass up onto here. Oh, and I do need to keep an eye on scariness levels, so we'll do that here as well. Yeah, now, this side will probably... Actually, we'll probably fill in all the way to this track. I don't know what's going to go on down the center area between these two tracks, but it's going to be a thing, I think. All the things and stuff and things. Gotta love the stuff and things. Who doesn't love stuff and things? Right, you stuff your turkey, you stuff your crust in your pizza, all the stuff and things. Okay. Alright, so we are going to be doing... this is our life for the next 3 hours. So buckle up. It's going to be a stream full of excitement and dirt. Okay. Okay, now I think what I might do is we'll get this... Let's go ahead and fill this in. And then... I think I want to start figuring out what landscape is going to do over by the windmill, okay? Now, I suppose I could replace the windmill with a steam engine. Now that I've got some infrastructure in place, and I could... potentially offload some more lava over there. That might be an alternative. But in all honesty, I don't want to. Oh, hang on, Minecraft. You can do it. You can do it. Hold it together, man. Hold it together. All right. So let's see now. All right. Let's see now. So let's run a little bit of dirt up this way, okay? We're gonna build a little bit of a hillside here, okay? And you know, hills are awesome. I'm a big fan of hills. Kinda. I'm a mountain man. I like mountains more than hills. Okay, I have about as much mountain manliness as Pee Wee Herman, I think, but maybe that was not the best person to compare to, but still, not very mountainly or manly. Yeah. So if this is coming all the way up here, okay. So that looks like that's coming across without issues. So awesome. All right. So if that's going up that high, that's going to lead to some interesting things for this house. All right, hang on. We're going to sleep. I don't know about you, but I always sleep in the parking lot of a gas station. It's the place to be. You know, I surprised myself this morning. It happens, okay? I went and got a soda, and my wife had some as well. We decided this week she wanted to get some soda for her weekly treat as well. It's what I usually do. That's why I have sodas on stream. So she was looking at them, and she decided, okay, I will get the zero sugar Dr. K, right? It's the Kroger generic soda brand, right? The Dr. K. Right, it's the big K. In this case, it's the Dr. Pepper knockoff, right? Okay, great. Well, tell you that story to tell you this one. No, I usually get cream. Well, lately I've been getting root beer. I'll mix and match. There's root beer or ginger ale or something, right? So this time I got root beer. Well, I decided today that I wanted to have Dr. K, because that's part of our deal when we got these. I make it sound like so corporate. So we made this deal, and I get to have some of her Dr. K, and she gets to have some of my root beer, and you know, as long as we meet these certain contractual obligations or something like that. It's not quite that crazy, but that is the deal anyway. So I decided to grab a Dr. K. Except I forgot, in the time it took me to get from the kitchen to my desk, I completely forgot that was the soda I grabbed this morning. And so I popped it open and took a drink. Now, one would think, hey, you're holding a can that tells you what's in it. And you would think that would be normal, right? I would accept that, yes, the can does tell you what's in it. Except one, I put it in my mix it up cozy here, and it's black along the top. All of the zero sugar sodas are black along the top for Kroger, except the root beer does have a little white foamy printed on the top, and I never look at that. But that would have told me that, hey, I'm not drinking a root beer. I'm drinking something else. But it turns out I am the most observant of people, and totally didn't notice that. So, yeah, took a drink of my I was mentally thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be a root beer, and it's going to be wonderful. Yeah, nope. Guess what? It was not root beer, and I was somewhat surprised. Okay, so this is going to come up this way. We're going to have to angle down to get to the track here. So I think we're just going to, honestly, I may just take this up kind of almost 45 degrees. It's going to be something like this. I guess it doesn't have to be that steep. Okay. So something kind of sort of like this. Now, I suppose I could, if I wanted to. If I could bring this across. I could bring the cliff sort of this way and do like a railroad cut. I don't know if you've ever driven down the highway, see where they just cut the hill straight. I could do something like that here, retaining wall and all that good stuff, but I think we're okay. I think if I kind of smooth this out just a little bit, we'll be all right. So let's go ahead and get this out. Now, I do need to have this be kind of flat out to a point here, just to keep things, well, just so it stays roomy for the trains, right? Okay. Also, yeah, this is the other side of it. Holy cow, look at those fast-moving water wheels. So anyway, let's see, what other fun things are going on? I don't know. Are fun things going on? Quite probably. But I don't know what they are. I said at the beginning, I've been doing some testing of upgrades and things on my bot, which is great. It's one of those things, I was thinking about this last night as I was writing in my journal. It's like, I'm not entirely sure why I'm making some of the changes I am. It just kind of feels like it's time. And, you know, it happens. You know, I've thought about that a little bit too, like with changes at work and things like that. It's like, is it time? Should I be thinking about you know, like changing jobs or something? I don't know. So, you know, these are fun and exciting questions, you know, as an adult I get to deal with. All right, let's bring this out this way. I'm gonna bring this over kind of sort of like so. I know, it's not like what bot am I going to use on my stream? It's the most, maybe adult of all problems, but it's still a thing, right? Says the guy playing Minecraft on the internet for the amusement of others. Yeah. So, you know, we're kind of sort of making it happen, right? Okay. This is probably not the most efficient way to do terraforming, but it's the way I'm going to do terraforming, and since I'm the one playing the game, I think that's what's going to count. Also, one of the things I've learned when doing terraforming, at least when freehanding it like this, is take advantage of your mistakes, okay? And what I mean by that is, aside from falling off the hill, you know, occasionally I'll place blocks wrong or something like that. And that's fine, because what ends up happening with that is you end up with something that's a little less uniform, perhaps. So maybe you have a little, you know, weird little hill that comes out kind of like this. You get stuff that comes out this way. And you can come and shape this a little bit more later. But by embracing the mistakes as you go, it's like, oh, I didn't mean to put a block there. You just end up with something that's a little bit more organic, which can be really cool. And I think I want to come up that way. Maybe not. That's not to say, like I just did, don't correct things on the fly when things look really dumb right away. But sometimes it's just nice to say, yep, that's not where I wanted that to go. We're going to put that somewhere else. And for now, we are going to torch spam the heck out of this, but that's okay. All right. Yeah, so I was thinking I wanted this house to peek out. I think I do. I might change it. I do like the idea of having a little bit of a house, maybe having this hill come up here. And let's see if, oops, no. Hi. This is not where you go. Having this go sort of up and around like this. Right, what I could do is I could actually build this up and have just have a walkway out into the top of the world here. This way the villagers will be all set and happy and stuff, right? Yeah, my mole people will have an opportunity to come out on the second floor there and be up on the surface. What I might do, oh, this would actually be kind of cool. So if I were to build this all up, right? We are mole people, right? You can come up this way. I could fall, right? I could fall down, and that would truly improve this. Also, cow, you're going to be a problem there. Okay, just what I could do is I could actually build out some farmland and stuff on top with the mole people living underneath. Okay, I think that would be slick. All right, so I'm gonna run this across this way. Partly, I just want to see where we're gonna start running into issues like with this house. Okay. Or dirt's going to come across here. And yeah, I don't know how much village, I don't know, improvements, as you might say, how much village replacement I'm going to be doing here. But I'm definitely going to be trying to cover up most of the city. So what I might do, actually, I might go over the top of that just a little bit. Okay. It's going to be good. I think it's going to be okay. So for the moment, we're just, yeah, let's, woohoo, bouncy, bouncy. What is this? This is Y70. This is also Y70. So given that I've got a hill here, let's go ahead and do this. It's going to take that out. We'll put these stairs back. And let's go ahead and run this up a little bit. Okay. Because we're going to be coming down off of this hill. All right. So we'll come down this way and we'll sort of bring this across over here. Okay. Actually, it could be kind of fun having a, right, you have the house here, but I have a little chimney poking up. I kind of like that idea. That would be kind of fun, right? If you're living underground, smoke is a problem, right? So if you're cooking in your kitchen and right, you've got all of that stuff you're trying to deal with, the last thing you want to do is end up dumping crazy amounts of smoke into your lovely underground area, right? That just seems like something we'd want to avoid, right? So, all right, so let's go and bring this over this way now. So a lot of this is going to be mostly flat, but I do like the idea, as I said, of maybe setting up a bunch of farmland out here or something like that. The one problem I have is I don't know that I have a lot of seeds. Because I think seeds are something that I'm throwing away in my wheat farm. I don't think I'm keeping them. So I'd have to take a look. Maybe I've got a few around there, but it's very possible I don't. So we'll just we'll keep that in mind as we go. Okay. So it looks like this hill is going to sort of come like so. So we'll bring this across this way. All right. And this will come across kind of sort of like this. All right. So yeah. Okay, now that should all be well enough lit under there. So we'll deal with that. Oh, I itch as I twitch in my woolen underwear. Okay, so we've got all of the things coming across this way and like so. And yeah, I think this is going to be okay. I think, yeah, it's going to bring this down just a bit. All right. All right, so yeah, we're definitely making a hill. We're making hills out of holes here, people, and I think that's... Could that be a life lesson? Probably. If you want to apply something like that, is me, turn your holes into hills. I don't know what sort of philosophical nonsense would come from that, but I'm sure something philosophical can come from that. And as someone who is not actually a philosopher, I will leave that to the imaginations of philosophers, because if there's one thing philosophers have, it's imagination. Okay. All right, so woohoo! All right, so yeah, so this hill's gonna sort of meander over this way. I think, yeah, I'll end up shaping it out a little bit more, I think, but let's just kind of sort of bring it this way. And we'll bring this hill here. And then, bouncy, bouncy, we'll bring this down this way. Okay, I kind of like this. So for now, I'm not going to take out this house. As I said, I think I like the idea of it being kind of being here. Kind of maybe sticking out from this hill a little bit in some way. Don't know how entirely yet. I was almost thinking like, oh, it just looks like a house from the surface. Just looks like a single-story house. And then, once you get down to it, it's not. It's like you go inside, and there's a staircase down or something, and yeah, something kind of sort of like that. Okay. Yeah, so we'll do a little bit more shaping and stuff of this as the time comes. But let's just go ahead and get some of this shape in place. Okay. Getting a little flat on top, but you know, a little flat top isn't a bad thing. Some people look better with the when they're a little flat on top, you know, just okay. Woohoo! All right. Okay, so this is going to slide out this way, and hopefully this is going to be okay. What I should do, here, let's go just grab a bit of grass. There. Okay. Just so I can slap some grass in here in a couple of places just to let, as Elsa might say, I'm going to let it grow. Let it grow, let it grow. The grass. We don't want dirt anymore. Let it grow, let it grow. My brain went somewhere with that, and I'm glad I didn't say it, because that would have been really bad. I have dirt on my mind, and I was going to say something that involved dirt and something that rhymes with grow. And, you know, ultimately, I think that probably would have been bad for my whole family-friendly persona here. So we're just going to keep this moving. Actually, no, it might be cool. Not really doing it here, but what I might think about doing is a little bit of create as decoration. Because I could totally see some form of... Oh, hang on just a minute. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Thought I heard somebody knocking on my door. There wasn't, but I had to go check. Anyway. So, I was doing something here. Don't know what, but definitely something. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, I was talking about potentially create as decor. With the idea that, you know, maybe just fill this in a little bit. I'm going to leave that grass to spread, and then I may come back and make this hill a little bit taller. But for now, we're okay. It's a little dark. But anyway, I was thinking I might do something like, oh, I could put a windmill up on top of this hill. I could do a little bit of something with a water pool or something up here. Though they've got water. There's water underground here. So it's like, oh, would I set up a little water dealy bob or something there? I don't know, but I'm going to move this. And yeah, I am going to just pull this up over top of this house. Okay. All right, so something along these lines here, okay? All right. Let's find a bed, and we'll hopefully get the sleep and stuff. Big fan of the sleep. All right. Also, of the keeping my villagers at least mildly safe. Okay. I'm not saying this is the reason I'm turning them into mole people. I'm just saying it's going to be a fringe benefit. Yeah, that's totally what this is. Okay. All right, so yeah, we'll just run this across this way, and I think this is going to be good, because otherwise, this landscape out here, right, that's really flat. That's like a soccer field out there. And I need to bring in a little bit of variation of the terrain. So I think this is going to be good coming out this way. And this will just be... I called it Southtown. I might actually might change the name. All right, sorry, it is time for you to move. I might end up calling it like Underhill after the alias used by Frodo Baggins. Oh, Mr. Underhill. All right, so we're doing okay. Actually, let's not a bad idea. I mean, we've got this here. Should probably take out. Oh, I don't have the tools. I probably have a hoe in my backpack, but okay. But that's fine. I don't know if I want. So this little thing, this probably should go. Okay. There are a few things. Like I said, I'm not going to like tear apart this whole village. I don't want to do that. But what I do want to do is rework this terrain, cover up, said this side of the village, while then opening up gateways to come out here and over there as a, hey, yeah, we can come out here and sure, we come out here, we can go into the very empty church, or this guy's over here, whatever. So yeah, and then I can build out supports or something for that bit of train track that's out there. But I think it's just going to be, I think it's going to be nice. Just all things being equal, I think this is going to be cool. Is it going to be the perfect way of dealing with this problem? I don't know. In all honesty, I think it is a better way of dealing with this problem than some I'd considered. Because I had considered trying to terraform my track down into this bowl here. And ultimately, that just would have been a mess. So, yeah. So we'll pass on that. Whoa! Speaking of passing, hit by a train, always fun. Except for the always part. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this out this way. This tree is now becoming a bush, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so this is all going to come this way. Okay. Now, how do I want this to go? Because I think basically this hill is going to be sort of the high point, and then we'll just sort of really very gradually make our way down to over there. And I mean, it's like gradual. It's like one block. So, how gradual do you want? Well, that's about it. Okay. All right. So I think at this point, do I want to finish this hill? Yeah, I guess I should just decide, right? Do I finish this hill or do the other flat parts first? The reality is it doesn't matter what order I do it in. So let's just avoid the decision paralysis and just do the thing, right? Okay, this will probably change a little bit. That's a little bit more straight than I was kind of hoping for. Now this, so I think what I'm going to do, well, I'm going to continue the hill out on this, at this level, like I've done. And then what I'll do is, we'll figure out a better way of maybe integrating this house into the hillside. And that might mean covering it up more. Okay. That's very possible if that's what that's going to mean. But we'll get that. I do want to bring it up so that this patio is up at the same level as the hill. Okay. So that villagers can come out. They can be out here. They can see stuff. I might reverse those doors so that if a zombie spawns or something, it doesn't then just walk in there and down and eat my villagers. But that would be a heck of a trip. But you know, zombies, man, they're tenacious. They'll take those long trips out of spite, man. If you're not careful, some weird zombie out there will just spend 4 or 5 days walking across the nether roof, just having the power of spite. They'll even grab a horse to do it, you know? They're like that. And those zombies, man, you gotta watch out for them. Okay. All right, so yeah. Now the other fun thing is I don't know that I'm going to do any terraforming under this hill. So that's going to be a special breed of fun when I get there. Yes, we'll end up having this type of little gap here. It's like, oh, that's kind of stupid. Yes, it is. Okay, but it's okay. Sometimes stupidity will win. This explains most national politics and probably 2 or 3 other things. Like, you know, why your team ran that play on 3rd down and not something that actually works, and why you don't punt or why you don't go for it when it's 4th and 2 at the opponent's 40. It's like, you know, sometimes that's just the right call. Because sports ball. All right, anyway. Doing stuff and things. Oh, the stuff and things. Yeah, it's going to be great. Right? Sure. Everything here is going to be great. It's going to be wonderful and stuff. If and when I eventually get this all filled in. All right. Take advantage of the fact I have a jetpack. Yeah. You know, I thought about maybe getting started a little bit on an ice farm or an ice cream shop, something like that, because I do want to build one. But honestly, I don't want to. Not right now. I'm just not feeling it. The vibes aren't right. And, you know, should always go with the vibes, right? No. When it doesn't matter, vibes are sometimes important. Logic is sort of important. Do not skip the logic because the vibes aren't right. It's okay. But yeah, sometimes if it doesn't make any difference, just we have feelings and they are actually important and or useful in our lives. Okay? It's okay to take advantage of those. They lie often enough, but you know, still, so do our brains, because, you know, we don't always understand what's going on with ourselves, or the world around us. But that's okay. Oh, there's no bed in this house. There's no bed in this house. Fine, I'll go to the RV. It's okay. We can survive this short, nightmareless, sleepless time here. All right. All right. So, go and close that, and let's yeah, we'll continue this on. Now, again, this is the ground level, so this, at least this is the ground level that all of my track is on, so all of this will need to be over here. Okay. So we'll sort that out here in a little bit, but let's at least do this stretch. Okay, we're going to try to get, like a puzzle, we're going to get some of the edges in first. While this isn't strictly an edge, the edge would kind of go over that way. It is going to shape at least some of what we're working on here. Okay. And yeah, all of these villagers will be great. The other thing I'm going to need to do is, once I get some of this in place, I'm going to need to wall off this area under here. Maybe just with glass, so you could look in and see the villagers, but I don't need the... Or maybe a fence. Ooh, that would make some sense. Take an iron fence. Kind of like what I've got around over there. So it's like a chain link fence. And keep the villagers out of the machinery. Not that they'll hurt it. They'll just get stuck. And I don't want the villagers to get stuck. I want them to be free roaming and look like they're part of something. Unlike all the villagers back at my base, which are either stuck in a little 1x1 place or shoved in a box. Okay? Because, you know, why not? Sure, there are lots of good reasons why not, but... Oh no. Chest villagers are definitely a thing. And shoving them in boxes is absolutely the way to go. Okay. So we're going to continue this hillside here a little bit. So let's go ahead and bring this across. And I think what I'm going to do is... let's bring some of this hillside over this way. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this line straight across, which is going to look really silly just by itself, but we'll bring in a little bit of this coming over this way. And yeah, I think we'll do something along those lines, and then we can fill in here sort of, whoopsies, fill in sort of like so. Okay, this will hopefully give this a little bit more of a natural feel. Whether it actually feels natural or not is a different story, but okay. Take that out for now. Yeah, I like this. I like this. So let's go ahead and bring this across this way. And this is one of those things, like, again, like a topographical map. We're just going to kind of bring this hill over, let it slide around a little bit, and just where it sort of goes in. Now, I want to bring it down a little bit more this way, but okay. But I think this is going to be all right. We'll just get a little bit of hill action. Woohoo! A little bit of hill action going on here, you know, like you do. And hope for the best, I guess. Yeah, we'll just sort of fill in here. Okay. All right. All right, I'm gonna... yeah, we'll take that block out. But there, see how we're starting to get what's looking like a little bit of a more natural hillside? Though I might scrape some of this off just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, see that little bit of a more natural hillside will give us something a little bit happier, and I think the shape is just going to end up looking better. Okay. And that's the thing. You know, I said we're terraforming. This doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, perfect is probably, you know, I'm not trying to have like right angles to everything here, right? This is something more organic than a machine, right? So I try to avoid, well, I said, how do you avoid right angles in Minecraft? Well, you don't completely, because, hey, blocks. But look, right angle, right angle, right angle. But hey, if we can bring some of this terrain across and just make it good, should be fine. All right. All right, we'll just said sometimes it's just a matter of figuring out a little bit of where your elevation changes, right? And yeah, so this I think will, oops, come on. I think we'll bring this way a little bit. Okay. All right, and then this will, at the very least, let's bring this way, and then we can, I'll flatten out basically to here, and then we'll see where we're going to bring the rest of this up. Okay. All right, so we get all of this in place. Now, also, look, there are scary places. Let's make them less scary. Okay, because I don't want to suddenly end up with zombies spawning here and just killing my entire village. That would be awkward. I can repopulate, but still. Awkward. 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 Wow. Just realized that hang on, I think I've got something misconfigured in bots. Okay. Nope, that is supposed to be random action. It's just randomly doing the same one over and over again? How weird. Wow. Cool. A sec. Sorry, as I said, I'm testing some things, so we're oh. Okay. Sorry for the distraction here. We're just kind of trying to figure out where everything is and going and all this stuff. Okay. Okay. Because, you know, it's weird. I have a timer going that's triggering something that I don't think I actually have a deal going for here. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused. Something I'm going to have to take a look at. This was this support timer. Yeah. I don't know. Everything is silly. All right, we'll keep going. It's going to spam that out, perhaps. All right. Anyway, not that I have anything against, you know, advertising about the LDS gamers, which, you know, is awesome, but I thought I'd set it up to, oh, look, love is in the air. So much love in the air. But less so. I like how these two guys had love hearts, but these two were talking. It's like, yeah, there's maybe there's a reason that love didn't blossom into something cool or whatever. All right. Yeah, I think I do want to bring this layer out a little bit more, probably right about from this side. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Well, I definitely want to bring a little bit of a elevation change here too. So let us sleep, and then we'll see what comes onto our fun and excitement. I'm sure something will come to our fun and excitement. Do we have fun and excitement? Probably. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, we get stuff. Wow. It's weird. The timer, sorry, I'm just distracted by this. The timer that's spamming out to Twitch is doing the proper thing by randomizing stuff, right? Except it's spitting out. Okay, so that's fine. The YouTube one is also supposed to be randomizing things, but it's actually spitting out something that isn't in its randomness, which is really, really bizarre. And I don't get it. All right. One, it's not random, and it's triggering something that it shouldn't be. So, that's cool. Right. Cool. So we'll keep an eye on things and just see what happens. In the meantime, let's continue to bring this hill over as we invest in mole people. I think what I want to do is let's bring a top ridge kind of coming this way. All right. Yeah. All right. So that's going to be the upper side. Okay. So we'll bring this. So the top of the hill is going to be sort of this little spine here. All right. And then what I can do is sort of fill in underneath like this. All right. So that goes like that and like that. All right. So yeah, let me fill this in over here. And yeah, this side is feeling a little bit steep, like right here. So I may come back and reshape that just a little bit, but I think for the moment we're okay. Let's go ahead and bring this out like so. As much as I say embrace your mistakes, sometimes like this, it's like, yeah, no, I don't want that up that high. Okay, and that's fine. Just do what you gotta do. All right. So bring that out like this just a little bit. This is the top of the hill. I want it to come out a little bit further than it does. Okay. And then I can just bring a little bit of dirt this way. All right. And yeah, this will just slide down kind of sort of like this. Okay. And I think, yeah, let's bring this way, but then come in under here like so. Like so. Like so. And we'll take this block out. All right. All right, so we'll just take a look. Yeah, I think that hill is going to be okay. We'll bring some of this across the top here like this. Okay. where I can tie in with this grass here. Okay, but that should... Okay, that should work. Yeah, something sort of like this. Now, I want to bring... oh, right, if this hill's coming across this way, then what I should do is let's bring a little bit up like so. Okay. Basically, something kind of like this. Okay. All right. Ta-da! All right, so that's going to be the basics here. Let's go ahead and fill this in. Okay, and, you know, that would be great. All right, so we'll go ahead and fill that in. I'm going to double check. I believe this is all at least zombie-proof. I don't think pillagers will spawn underground. So it should be good from that perspective. Oh yeah, I was thinking like, I was like, why do I have this shaft just sticking out here? Because, yep, that's the reasoning. Because all the sturdy sheets for train stuff. Yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead and bring this across this way. And this way. Instead, underneath, this is going to look really, really cheesy, but it's okay. Oh, come on. Come on. We can do it. Yes, we can. We can do it. All right. Yeah. See, this is... It's looking a little bit better. All right. Oops, that's a torch. I mean, it's a nice torch. It's very flamey. Okay. Okay, so let's go and bring this across like this. Okay. And let's see. Oh, I want to bring this hill kind of back this way. Okay, that's a little high right here, actually. But that's sort of the idea. So I want to bring this hill kind of sort of back so that it's... Okay. So it kind of comes back this way, and yeah, I think that's going to work better. Take this out. Woohoo! In fact, what I might do, got a couple of hills, perhaps. Yeah, that might work. Okay, I don't know if I want to leave that sticking out as far as it is, but... All right. Okay, there we go. And yeah. There was a poof there, like something died. I don't know what it... Oh, that was just my jetpack. Okay, that's cool. Jetpacks are a thing. They do things with jets. Okay, and while this is a little high, I think that'll be fine. I can just continue this little bit of hill down this way a touch. All right. I'm down with that. All right, cool. So now I think at this point, we're just going to let the mole people mole. Okay, Come in. There we go. There we go. Yeah, having this... Whoa. Train? Okay. Having this sort of angle up back here a little bit, I think it's going to be a good thing. I think this whole area will be up just a little bit higher. Just a little bit. Okay. Okay. And I think that's going to be... good. All right. Nice. All right. So then we just bring this kind of like that. And that's going to be... It's going to kind of be it. I mean, obviously I need to fill in some more. But I think we're sort of getting the shape of things here, which is great. So let's go ahead and sleep. And then we'll figure out some more things. Or we won't sleep. You know, that's a thing too. All right. How are we doing on dirt, by the way? We're doing okay. Yeah, so part of my reasoning for doing this, aside from the fact I think it's just going to fit better, is this will also kind of, in some ways, maybe keep the villagers a little bit safer from the trains. Should I care? Well, I don't know. But I do like the idea of keeping these villagers here. Right? I don't necessarily need to remove them or stuff them all in boxes, okay? So we'll sort of keep this here. I think I like the idea of maybe bringing this hill kind of this way. Okay. All right. Yeah, and then we'll just... At this point, I think this is going to be flat. Okay, so we'll flatten here. All right. And then we'll do the same thing. Basically, from here all the way over, and we'll just fill this in. Okay. I think that will work. Now, does that mean this will be perfect? No, absolutely not. But it will give me a little bit of, at least a canvas to work on. Okay. Like I said, I think what I'm going to be doing here, too, with some of this is I'll plant some crops up top, right? Some wheat or some beets or something. So I think that'll look good as just some decorative stuff. Okay. All right, so all of this is happening here. All right, and there's that little section of hill that will end up coming down on top of this a little bit, and that's perfectly fine. We'll deal with it. Okay? I mean, that's, like I said, this is sort of becoming the canvas. All right. Maybe a well-lit canvas, but definitely a canvas. Right, so as I bring dirt across this way, right? Come in. Then we'll bring this hillside down kind of like so. Okay. Okay, and I'm not entirely sure how I want this to go, but I do kind of like giving this a little bit of an angle, kind of around like that. I think that's great. All right. And over the top of this thing. All right. Cool. Yeah, so progress, man. So much progress. Okay. Yeah, this is going to look, especially once the grass is in, this is going to look significantly better from the city. Yep, that guy's just the gas station attendant now. But yeah, this will all look better, and I said I can do a little bit of stuff because I said I do want to keep some of this original village here. You know, keep that going and that side going, and then all of this underneath. I know there are some people out there. It's like, yeah, just tear it down, but I don't want to. Not that the vanilla generated villages look fabulous, because they don't. But I don't know. I have an affinity for them, and I don't know quite what it is. But it's like, just because I can tear it down doesn't mean I want to. Right? It's just... Okay. Alright, so we'll just keep her going. And yeah, I definitely like the idea of building up out of this hill a little bit. It looks like we're going to be coming up a couple of blocks, actually. Oops. Oh, well. It's fine. And building a little house up here that's, you know, for the farmers who will tend the crops that are living on top of this hill. That'll be great. Turns out farmers are people too. I know several farmers. I am at least 80% certain they are in fact people. And you know, I have very little reason to doubt when they make their claims that yes, I'm a person. Treat me like a person. Ow. Okay. See? And if you don't treat them like people, the ground strikes back and hits you in the head with your jetpack and stuff. So yeah, no, farmers, they're just like us. Just, you know, with more crops and veggies and things. Okay. All right, so it looks like we're going to be kind of going this way then. All right. There we go. Go again. I'm gonna go from this side. I want to fill in, right? I'm going to be leaving a little bit of a dip here. I do want to fill it in maybe a little bit, but I'm going to let that grass spread a bit before I do that. Okay, we're just going to take advantage of the fact that it's there and it's grass before I start covering it up. Oh, and I am out of grass. Cool. All right, well then, let's go get some more. Or at least get some more dirt, perhaps. Okay, that's what happens when you drink and fly at the same time. Do not recommend. It's against FAA regulations or something. End up with a bunch of dehydrated pirates? Yes. The sky pirates. They would fly the planes, but they're too busy, you know, drinking and you know, something. I said words. I'm at least fairly certain some of them made sense, but not all of them. Okay. Hang on. Okay. Yo ho ho. Oops, I need to fly back. Also, let's maybe have an in-flight meal. Or a pre-flight meal. We'll do it that way. Okay. This is why I got the elytros, for rapid transit back and forth. All right, and okay, that back in the tool slots, and away we go. All right, now I don't have a whole lot more I need to do, I think, with some of this terraforming. Some, obviously, but not a huge amount more, at least in this section. We'll look at a couple of the other sections here in a minute, but for now, we'll get this in place. Okay. And as I said, I'll fill this in probably when as some of this grass grows out here. All right. Cool. Let's sleep, and then we'll continue our terraforming adventures. Yeah, so fill all of that in, and it'll be good. Up and down, and up and down again, and then also up and then down. Didn't notice YouTube actually, the bot used a different YouTube support message, so that's... So I'm just full of confusion. All right. Anyway, so let's see. What else is happening here? Probably something. These villagers are like, what the heck are you doing? I missed the sun. You don't miss the sun. You're mole people now. Okay. Okay, change out all their crops for potatoes. But, no, they're growing beets, and I've heard that the beet goes on, so we'll stick with that, I guess. All right. So that's going like so. We'll light this up. Okay. The grass is starting to spread, so I can now... Yeah, this is... Definitely going to have to be something here that I do something with. I don't know what yet, but... Definitely something. Well... We'll deal with that here in a little bit. So that's the cool thing about Minecraft, is you don't have to do everything. Right, this is a create mod world where I'm doing automation of food and stuff. That doesn't have to be everything about the world. Right, that's just part of what's going on here. Minecraft allows you to indulge in your whims. Do you want to automate hamburger production? Absolutely. Let's do that. Do you want to build some giant building? Yeah, go for it. You want to terraform and do silly things with a village? Yeah, go for it. You don't have to get locked in. It's one of my favorite things about Hermitcraft this season is the number of people who are branching out a little bit. You know, it's Bumbo Jumbo, who's well known for being a redstoner mostly. He's in his builder arc right now, which is awesome. The builder arc is great, and he built some cool stuff. And you got Pearlescent Moon, who's a fabulous builder, who's stumbled into a redstone arc. So, you know, that's cool. So, you know, sometimes it's just, you don't have to get locked into things. It's what I like about Minecraft in a lot of ways is that it, it is much more of a sandbox than some sandbox games. You know, it's very much, yeah, do what you want. We'll give you a little bit of a framework, but, you know, because it's blocks and redstone and things, but you don't have to get locked into that. And, you know, that's kind of where I'm at here too a little bit because, hey, I needed a break from vanilla and decided to play modded a little bit. So, you know, that's okay. So to say I want to potentially bring this out a little bit. You know, and I was thinking a little bit too, so I'm waiting to see what happens with Tinker World. That's supposed to be resetting here very soon. I think he took the old world down and is starting to prep for the new one. So that's going to be really awesome. And that's going to be a vanilla series. So it'll be cool to get back into vanilla on an SMP. Okay, and then, all right. Okay. And so we'll play some vanilla, play with some of the new stuff. That'd be great. I'm also toying around with the idea of that is a little bit longer than it needs to be, I think. Let's go ahead and just chop this. Oh, yeah. That's going to go to there. Okay. This doesn't need to go out as far. When I was the original plan where I was potentially going to need 30 different mixers, that's no longer a thing. So this, yeah, this is all, we're not in a river biome here. So, okay. It's all flooded and stuff, but this is all plains biome. So, okay. That's great. Okay. Cool. For a river biome, yeah, this is all just plains. Okay. Yeah, if it were a river biome, I'd have to worry a little bit about other things showing up here. Right? I have to worry about, well, something. Piglins. Or not piglins. Something. Look at that cute little valley. Okay. Drowned. That's the word I'm looking for. I'd have to worry about drowned coming in and doing stuff, so. Alright, so I think what we're going to do now is let's take a look at this. Now, what I can do here, I think, is I do want to have a little bit of a gap. So I wanted a gatehouse, basically right here, that's going to lead into the underground. Right into Underhill here, where, you know, the villagers can do their thing. But I don't know quite how I want to do this. I think maybe what I'll do is let's go ahead and start bringing some dirt down this way. We'll sort of terraform down a little bit to the hillside here. Okay. I think that'll work. And sorry, I just need to check something real quick. Looks like we're doing all right. Okay. Cool. And I'm still hovering, so that's cool too. Okay. All right, but yeah, something along these lines. And oh, hi guys. You're going to enjoy your new mole-ish lifestyle. We're back. It's all right. Weird network things. It is Beam, I think. Okay. All right, we got the farmer under there. Cool. All right, so that's going to be the same basic idea. I want to bring this down this way a little bit more. Okay. That should work. Go ahead and close that off. That's a little bit more... yeah, sorry, there's a hill here now. Yeah. That could be fun. Oh, I wonder if I could leave this here. Maybe block it so the villagers can't walk through it. But it's just the... yeah, here's the ATM or something. Here's a window into the outside world. Something. Remember what it used to be like when we could see the sun? All right. And then I need to do something similar with this hillside here, right? So, okay, hang on. We're going to light all of this up. All right. And I need to go sleep, so we'll meander back over this way. Okay, now I don't know if I want the gates to actually be open, or if I want to put a portcullis or something there. I have yet to decide, and that's definitely a thing I have to do. Also, I would like to sleep. Okay. All right. Oh, you know what? You're looking. I don't have iron, so sorry. You're looking a little rough, but I can't do anything about it. So, good luck with that. It's not something you want to hear your plastic surgeon say, perhaps, but okay. I do like bringing this down here like this. So we are going to come down here into this little bit of a bowl. But I don't think it's going to be too bad here, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. What I might do is, if I were to bring this down, say this way, okay, maybe fill in this little thing here. Okay, maybe not there, but here. Okay, and what I could do is maybe just build out supports for this this little bit of track here. All right, this hill. Let's just bring this hill kind of down like this. Okay, that's going to sort of come this way. All right. Yeah, something along these lines. And this is going to actually, I want this to stop right around here because I do want this gatehouse to be here. So, I mean, we already have, it's almost a natural gatehouse, right? Because we've got these two generated villager houses here. So building something up there like that could be really cool. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and just bring this. All right, Cal, you might want to move. Otherwise, you're going to end up being a permanent resident of the hill. Okay, which, maybe you want, but we'll just block that off. Okay. And, yeah, something's going to happen here. I don't know what, but I think what the plan is going to be here is to basically just build that up. Like there's the ground we'll take this natural terrain. We did cut across it and we'll just build some supports here, I think. I think that's going to be good. So let's go ahead and bring this across this way. Right. All right, so this is going to be good. Now, the plan, as we terraform our way through this mess, is to turn that village into just an underground whatever. And I think what I'll do too is build up, because I do want a gateway out to this area here, right? So yes, they do live underground, right? Sure they do. But they also can branch out into that little suburb over there and this little suburb out here, and nothing too crazy and the like, right? That's the plan, I think. Okay. All right, so I think we'll be good here. Let's go ahead and bring this out this way just a sliver more, I think. All right, let's fill this in, and then I can shape this hill a little bit more. Right. That's totally a thing. Absolutely. Is it a thing? Yes. 100%. It's a thing. All right. And then I think what I'll do is maybe along here, I've got a little bit of cobblestone. I don't know that I want this to be cobblestone, but I do like the idea of having this, like, this did cut into the thing. Like, this did cut into the hillside. It's like they cut out some of the hill and rock for this walkway in. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I may change that. But so if I were to do that, let's say I come out from here. Okay, bring this way. Take that out. Okay. And I said I don't think that this is going to stay, but let's just sort of fill in a little bit of this. So that's the wrong block. Come back to the dirt. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of fill in this hill a little bit. All right. All right, well, then we've got this happy little cutout here. So, yeah, I think that'll work. I think the cobblestone will change, but for now, this is good. You know, I should have gotten a before and after picture. It's like, oh yeah, here's the village before. And now here it is. All right. No, we're good now. And I don't have replay mod or anything like that running where I could go back and grab a screenshot of it. So that would have made sense, y'all, and I'm not sure I'm down for that lifestyle. Okay, we are definitely here. And that's looking better. So that house, I think I'll build up, make that a little bit higher. This is doing okay. And then yeah, I just need to deal with this. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do is let's actually make this hill be a little bit more gradual here. Okay. I do still want this. I want this hill to sort of fade away over here. But I want it to be a little bit more gradual in how it does it. So we'll bring this out this way, kind of like so. Okay, and all right. All right, yeah. I think this is going to be okay. We'll bring this hill over. As this is coming down, that's a little high. Okay. And then I can just fill in, like I can grab stuff a little light in there. I don't think I need it, but it's going to be there anyway. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is starting to make a little bit of sense here, right? So this hill is just sort of comes down this way. It would be good to add a little bit of stone and stuff to this too, but for now, I'm just going to keep this going. Okay. All right. All right. I think we're almost there. Almost. There's a definite almost about this project that yeah, I think that's looking pretty okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and fill this in with cobblestone, just to at least get the look in place that this was built here a little bit more. Can deal with the rest of that here in a little bit, but and I'm out of cobblestone. Cool. Oh, actually, maybe let's do this. Let's take those 3. All right, and then we'll just swap that out, and we'll swap that out. All right. Maybe not the best looking wall there, but it definitely gets the idea across for now, so that I can fill some of that in later, but gives us a little bit of something. Okay. All right, let's come sleep in the RV. All right. Oh, so we're doing okay, right? Absolutely. So okay, and stuff, things, stretching. Okay. All right, so now that we have all of our... Oh, it's going the wrong way. Hi, dude. Okay, so that's kind of doing its thing. Do have a few villagers up here, which is fine. The one drawback, I guess I am seeing some more villagers on the track, but I guess if they die, they'll breed new ones, because that's how humanity works. When you need to replace the humans in your society, there's a way to do that. And some people really are into that sort of thing, so. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and fill that in. All right. Yep, that iron golem has seen better days. Okay. Okay, so we're making some progress. All right, so that's going to come in this way. We're going to do... Yeah, this is going to go. It's all right. This is going to go. Actually, do I have a hoe on? Yes, perfect. Oh, it's not hoe, it's shears. Well, that's silly. So we're just going to punch the wool. Wool punching is an Olympic sport in some corners of the world that have their own Olympics and not the actual Olympics, because that would be strange. Okay. All right. So let's go and take this, at least the roof out. And I think I'm going to do the same thing here. So we're going to take a little bit of cobblestone. Oh, you know what? Let's go get a little bit of cobblestone. I mean, the one block I have is lovely and all, but heck, I probably have some underneath the gas station, because I haven't picked up all of those boxes I had of random stuff. So those are all still there. Just waiting. Waiting for things to get better. We're waiting for things to get better. But one of those things is not how I sing. Everyone just clicked away. Okay. So, back to the village. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So sorry. Okay. So we'll make our way over here and let's do stuff. Dudes, maybe not the safest place for all of you leather workers to be hanging out. Why are there so many leather workers in this town? Oh, because they all work over there. I might have just blocked them off from their lifestyle. Okay, you know what? Tell you what, here. Let me help you, okay? Let me help you. First of all, I'm going to change in my backpack. Okay, second. Okay. You guys come down here. Okay? All right. You got your leatherworky goodness happening over here. You just stay over here, okay? If you want to come into the town, you can come in this way. And that'll be great. All right. Honestly, I think that's going to look really cool, but... All right, so cobblestone. So I think what I want to do is, like that, I want to bring a little bit of cobblestone wall. Okay, it's not wall, it's just cobblestone. But I want to bring a little bit of cobblestone this way as if it's... I said we carved it a little bit out of the hillside. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take some of this out. Okay, so this is going to go... I'm just going to bring this hill sort of down like this. Okay. Yeah, I think this will work. We'll just kind of bring it over kind of like this. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. All right. And yeah, as I build up this little gatehouse here. So these buildings are definitely going away, but for now, they're giving me a visual of, hey, this is where stuff is going to be, okay? And that's a good thing. Sometimes you just need that sort of visualization. And I think I want this to be open so villagers can come out this way and then can't go back underneath here and all of that goodness, because I do want this to be open. Though I think what I'll do, actually, this would be kind of cool. Other than that hill, let's actually just, I'm going to run some of this cobble right here. And maybe what I'll do is I'll actually have this sort of be an interior wall. That would be kind of cool. In fact, if I were to trim down this hill a little bit, that might be cool. So this is actually, I can light it up, you know, and I can do a little bit of terraforming just so that bring this wall all the way across. But, and then some decorative nonsense, all that fun stuff. But the idea, one, would be that the villagers stay here. Okay. Okay. Which would be kind of cool. Right? Plus, I could then let the animals roam free as well. So this side of this area here, see, unlike what that cow just did. See, what I could do is I could pull all of this out here like so. Let's go ahead and drop some cobble under here. But the idea is that, yeah, this is a little bit lower. The track did come through up top like that. But it's basically, but it's okay because now, yeah, go ahead. You come inside. This becomes a pasture land, right? The villagers might be okay with being mole people, but their animals may be less so. From a lore perspective, I actually really like that idea. Now, I'm not the biggest lore person when it comes to my builds, okay? But I think having a story about why your build is, okay? Especially if you're not just building like a big organic, or I'm going to replicate the Tower of London or something. Why is your build there, okay? What makes your builds exist in that space? And that can really help out with what you build and why, okay? And help with some of the decision making. And I admit, I'm not great at this, okay? But having that in-world storytelling, that lore that says, yeah, no, this section was a little bit lower, and we decided to keep it lower. You know, when the train came through, and we just decided to build that up as a dike or a wall or something that will keep all of our animals, to keep them in, and so we can have this area as pasture land. Okay, and so that would be cool. So that means, if I'm going to go with that sort of lore here, that I need to take out a bunch of stuff here. Of course, there was that partial house. Okay, we'll deal with that here in a little bit. Okay, but yeah, if I work that idea into this side, okay, there's some potential logic to some of this anyway. I'm not sleeping in the McBurger hut. I'm sleeping in the RV. Given the option, I would rather sleep in an RV than a fast food restaurant. Just saying. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's see now. So if I'm going to do that, so this hill becomes problematic. I know, I just put this in, but now it's coming out. Okay. Yeah. Nope, we're gonna do that. We're gonna lower it up here. And we're gonna figure this out a little bit as we go. Okay? Because we want our mole people to be healthy and happy. Even the ones that have what looks like some form of dare going on there as they stand on the track. Probably hoping they don't get hit by a train. Okay. Awesome. So let's go ahead and continue this across this way then. So this would come out. Yep. But yeah, I like this idea. This said it means I have to undo a bunch of things, but I think long term, or at least I think there's just a really cool dynamic here that's going to happen, and then I can build this out. And heck, I could even... Yeah, I could even build this down as a wall here. Okay. So, let's go ahead and let it curve. We'll let it curve with the track. Okay, so we'll bring this down this way. This way, our mole people can traverse to this city, okay, or this little neighborhood. Okay. Well, meanwhile, the rest of the animals and things over here, they'll stay put, right? Because they won't be able to get out of this thing, because we'll just make it 2 blocks high. Okay. And that'll be great. Now, for now, obviously this is going to be in the way. You know, look, we can walk up the stairs. Look, we're breaking out. We're so cool. Yeah, no, we don't want them to be cool. Sorry. Sorry, mole people and your animals. You're just not cool, and we're not gonna do that. But I do kind of like the idea of having that little hill there. Don't know if I'll keep it, but for now, I kind of like the idea. Yeah, because the idea that this is all that this little section is out of dirt. Let's see if I have some cobblestone under here. Let's take a look. If not, I'll head back to my base, but let's see. Cobble? I mean, I have regular stone. I have not cobblestone. Okay. Cool. Well then, we'll just go get some. Yeah, and said I may go through and change out the blocks underneath there and change that up so it looks a little bit more finished, perhaps. But for now, I think we'll be mostly okay. All right, so let's get some more cobblestone. Okay. Throw a few things in the... Throw some wool in there. Cobblestone. Okay. That should be good. Said I'm not sold on all of this being cobble, but it's definitely a place to start. As it windmill glitches out, which is cool. Get your glitchy action on. All right. And that means I'm going to have to deal with this here a little bit too. What I might do, just to make this track a little bit nicer, is we'll... Yeah, dude, you're in the way. It's okay. Okay, we'll bring a little bit of this action this way. And maybe we'll make the wall come out from there. I mean, it's okay, I guess. I don't know. We'll figure this out. But for now, let's see if I can figure out where my buttons are to swap out my stuff. All right, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and run some of this here. Okay, and light is fine. Okay. All right. Sure. There can be a little hillock over here. That's okay. And yeah, we'll just build this up. And we'll have to build it up so that there's room for trains to go by. So this is all going to have to go. Okay. Whoa. All right, so we've got that little bit of action going on. So this will all come out. All right. Yeah, I think this is going to be okay. And as I said, I'll probably swap out some of those for something else. But for now, this is going to be what it is, going this way. Okay. All right, just bring this across here. So now it's up to there. All right. Cool. Yeah, I think I like this idea. Is it totally perfect? No. But I like the premise. I like the idea that this side is, yes, there's a village here. There's something. But it's you can't escape it. You can't get away. It's going to lock you in. Or something. So yeah, taking this, because I built this hill here a little bit. So let's go ahead and take this out so this remains kind of flat. And heck, I could potentially leave some of this open, but... Okay. Yeah. So let's at least get this second row of blocks in. Okay, and then we'll see what happens beyond that. But for now, so that's going to go there. This hill will sort of come out then. Okay, with whatever else is happening here. Okay, and then, yeah, I need to... Yeah, we need to at least tear out a little bit this way. Okay. Maybe do a little terraforming, but definitely a lot of tearing, so. And that's okay. Tearing is a thing that will happen here. Okay. Because you can't terraform without tearing, right? That's how that saying goes? Hi, dude. All right, so this will all slide out like so. Okay. Yeah, so we'll reshape this landscape here just a little bit, but yeah, I do like this. It's one of those things that's a little bit of a... It's not quite like you go to some zoos and it looks like the animals are in an open enclosure, but what you actually have is sort of a hidden wall. It's not quite what we have going on here, but it's kind of, sort of what's going on here. All right, so let's go and light this up a little bit. So yeah, we're just going to sort of angle things down just a little bit as we come near this wall. Okay. Just so it doesn't look quite so silly. Okay. Also, I should probably light up a fair amount of this just to... if I'm going to turn this into a safety area, it should probably be safe, right? It's not to say that there wouldn't be pillagers that would make their way over here, but... so if I suppose it's possible they'll spawn if the light levels are not quite where I want them to be, but I think it's going to be okay. All right, so let me sleep, and then we'll come back and play with the terraforming on that side. Yeah, I like this. I think our new mole people are going to... I think this is going to work, actually. Just as I work my way through this. Okay. so yeah, they'll be there. They're doing their things. Um, okay, yeah, and they may end up walking down to the subway, but you know, they won't. They shouldn't wander very far. Okay, so that's going to be there. For now, okay, let's go ahead and just be sure they can't walk up this. Okay. Okay, once they're up there, they can walk down, but up is the direction I need to be concerned with at the moment. So, cool, this comes out. All right. Okay, so we'll figure out something there, and then this will go away, I think. All right. Nice, so let's just double check our light levels as we slide around here. I think we're mostly okay. Yeah, hi dude, look. Should introduce you to ladder technology. Okay, trust me, you'll love it. All right, but otherwise, I think we're kind of good here. So let's go ahead and bring some of this dirt around here. Oh, look, a cat. Hello, cat. Okay, so we'll just bring a little bit of dirt through here. So we'll get this going. And yeah, we'll just turn this into just pasture land and stuff. And yeah, there are some places like, no, not there, come on. There are a few places like this where maybe what I want to do is, yeah, we'll bring this down. Actually, let's go ahead and take this out. We'll just go ahead and bring this wall down. Okay. So the whole point of this wall is to, well, originally it was to support the track, but now using it as a pasture wall, right? It's like, yeah, sure. We can keep our animals here and they won't be a problem, right? They can roam free. We don't have to build like fences and stuff. And it's, I guess maybe in some ways you might think of it as a park. I'm not sure how many places let farm animals just roam around their park, you know, but, you know, tragedy of the commons style, but, you know, we got to. Okay. Yeah, let's take all of this grass and dirt out here and we'll, hi, cow, you're sort of in the way. Okay. I'm not saying that you're about to become a steak, but, or actually more likely I'll just throw the meat into the McBurger hut over here, but, you know, you're getting kind of close. Honestly, that would be kind of cool to have cows and chickens and stuff over here. Because, hey, there's a McBurger hut right there, and guess where they're getting the... Okay, it's not locally sourced beef. Their beef comes from the beef factory, but, you know, it's still a thing, right? Okay. Yeah, so let's go and dial this back just a little bit. Okay, so we'll let all of this happen, right? Right. So much of this happening. It's going to be great. We're going to be wonderful and stuff. All right. Okay, I think that's all right. Little bit of a... Got a little bit of a line here, which I'm not overly thrilled with, but... Okay. But I think we're okay. And I've got a floating train signal, so... So this is going to come out this way. All right, this kind of feels like I need to angle this little bit of hill or whatever down. Okay. There we go. Have some more path. Paths are great, right? I don't think the villager AI logic says, "Oh, there's a path. I will follow it." But it would be funny and fun if it did. Okay. Okay, so this would be cool. All right, so we now have... We actually have a pasture. Okay, I like this. Now, I need to do stuff on the other side, right? Obviously, this is coming up this way. Right, this all comes up, and I need to probably need to cobblestone all of this here as well, but yeah, so this is all coming down and looking fine. This isn't a wall to keep people out necessarily, but it could be. You know, let's do that. Let's go ahead and just pop this out this way. That way, if pillagers or something do come in, you know, if they do spawn out here, they won't be able to climb this wall. At least not from this side, anyway. And make their way into the safety of the pasture, right? That's going to be the pseudo lore. Pseudo lore sounds like Data's fake brother. You know, it's not quite as bad as the other one, or, you know, maybe it doesn't work quite as well. It's just sort of the pseudo lore. Of course, to hear Laura say it, that pretty well describes Data. So, you know, got that going for him. All right. And we'll take this out. Okay. All right. Now I could go all the way around, but I'm not going to right now. All right. So we now have a nice, safe little pasture area for all of these critters. Okay. We've got some sheep. We've got some cows. I should go grab some eggs and stuff and throw some chickens back here. And of course, the villagers can get in and out as they choose. Okay, which will eventually be limited to the gatehouse area over here. Okay. What might be fun would be to come in here. This is going to be the road to... Hang on. Oh, I might use this area here. Right, that comes in underneath the track. All right, what I might do is I could carve this area out. Let's go ahead and pop that open just a little bit. As a stable, right? Or just some place to keep the critters. Okay. Because, you know, if it's storming, right, they might want to bring them in out of the bad weather. They could bring them in right over here. Right into this area, and I can clean that up a little bit. Okay. Yeah. And then we come out this way to this little stretch of happiness, right? So now I don't know quite where I want all of this to go, right? Oh yeah, look. That's not dangerous at all. Yeah, but you've got this little neighborhood out here, and yeah, that's really cool. And then, you know, maybe I'll borrow a bed while I'm out over here. Yep, I know. I'm in your bed. It's all right. We're good. See? I even added a torch to your house. See, I improved it. All right. So if I continue this way, right? I'm out of cobblestone again. All right. But yeah, I could build this out this way. Build another little gate over here. So yeah, that makes a little bit of lore type sense. Is yeah, we'll keep some animals here potentially, and then we can let them out and roam, and if we need to, we can lead them all back in and into this little place here. All right, I like it. I like it. I think that's going to work out great. And now let's go get some more cobblestone and finish up. You know, I wasn't necessarily going to use cobblestone for all of that, but I got to admit, if I'm going to sort of stick with the, hey, this is a villager lifestyle, right? If I'm not going to replace all of the villager huts, their technology's a little bit different, right? So maybe I take advantage of that idea, you know, and it's like, yep, they're just, they don't have all of the technology that we have over here in the city, right? They're sort of out in the suburbs because obviously suburban people are bad at technology. That's not true. Don't believe that. But anyway. So we can have some pasture land out here, right? This whole area out there. Over here, I can set up irrigation and stuff like that for farmland. And, you know, it'll be great. Okay. So, yeah, I like this. I like this idea. All right, let's get back over to this side. Just get our backpack on. All right, because, you know, jetpack for life, right? All right, so this would come across this way. Actually, kind of like the idea. Let's see. So if we pull this all like so. I just sort of like the idea here, too, of having a section like this. Let's just sort of, maybe there's some storage back here, or at least maybe up to there, right? So we've got some hay storage, whatever here for the animals. We've got we'll keep the critters in over here. Right, so let's go ahead and just finish this out. Okay. All right, so, you know, I'll figure that how all of this works in a little bit, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's maybe go there. Okay. All right, so yeah, we'll turn this into a little bit of a dugout, you know, animal pen for, you know, animals. Okay. Yeah, I like this. This is going to be cool. Okay. It's not going to lead out to the outside or anything. It's just going to be, it's just a spot where we can lead a couple of critters in. Or, you know, we can bring the animals in. And when it's time, we can bring them out through the gates. Okay? So it's nice. It's safe. It's, we don't have to worry about anything here. Okay. Let's do that. But Yeah, okay, I think this will be okay. So if I just come this way. Okay, I'm going to break some of the outside. That's all right. We'll deal with that in a minute. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm just going to run this cobblestone this way. All right, that's going to connect up there. And we'll just finish up this wall. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this will be good. Just a nice little place for all of our happy little critters to go. Okay. Nice. I like this. It'll come out. And I can do some things. Once I get the gatehouse redone, I can come in here and do some fun stuff like, oh, I don't know. Build a, put a little water trough in. I could put a little feed station or something over here. A little bit of something. I'm not really over here to do a full village transformation, but a couple of those little touches I think are going to be nice. And yeah. And they've got some underground gardens and things. We'll have to do some stuff here. If this is going to go like that, I think I do want to. We're going to wall this off. Okay, I think this is just going to be the. It's just going to be the way to do this. Okay. All right. All right, so this will all go this way and then down and around. I guess this is coming out. Okay. And dark. All right, nice. All right, so whatever else is going on this way, we've got stuff. All right, nice. All right, so we'll put the gatehouse here. Instead, I need to do do a lot of design work on that because reasons and things. But okay. Yeah, see? Look at the villagers are going to love it. This will just be a nice area for them. It's going to be safe. As long as they don't get struck by lightning, they should be okay. And I probably should put a lightning rod somewhere. But, yeah. All right, so we're definitely making progress on our mole people. All right. So we're going to have to... So I want to build this up and make it a little taller. And yeah, I could put a fence around all of this as well if I really wanted to keep the villagers in. All right, I can build the farmlands, put some fencing around. I probably should anyway, but yeah, that'll be fine. And yeah, terraforming over here, we'll just, yeah, we'll just bring some grass and dirt, I think, like so. Okay. And just sort of maybe match where this is going over here. Okay, so we're all gonna come down to this area like this. Okay. Yeah, and just block this whole area in. So if the villagers they want to get out, they have to get out through that village or some other way. But okay, so let's go in that way. I think, given the way I've handled this over here, we're gonna come this way. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and bring this kind of sort of, maybe I want to do, I don't know what I want to do. Okay, we'll just kind of make this flow. I'm sure there's a way we're going to do that. I don't know what it is, but this horse is part of the problem. Okay. I'm sure it's a very nice horse and, you know, good with kids and stuff, but nope, that horse is definitely part of the problem. All right. Okay, let's throw a little light on this. All right, yeah. I think this is going to work out okay. We're just going to have ourselves a time. Okay. Yeah, so we'll just, let's go and bring this out this way a little bit. Oh, hi. I think I want to not deal with you today. Okay, yeah. A couple of strategically placed fences are definitely going to be, I think, going to be helpful here. It's going to be a little bit of a problem, perhaps, but okay. Yeah, so that's the thing about this. Nothing can get out of this, okay? It's, you know, but lots of things could walk in, right? Cows and sheep and stuff could just walk across the track and end up inside here. Zombies and pillagers could theoretically do it too if the... Okay, so all of those, the pathfinding will be an issue, but that's okay, right? They'll pathfind and then not want to cross the tracks, and it'll be fine. All right. All right, let's go ahead and finish bringing all of this across here. So I don't mind that this is going down here. So all right. So yeah, this is gonna be wet, apparently. That's okay. A little rain isn't gonna hurt us. You know, I live in a desert, okay? It's a high valley desert, and that's fine. It's actually, I love it. But dang, man, we actually got rain for like 3 days. And it was just so weird. When we get precipitation, it rarely lasts that long. I mean, it was great. I'm all for having extra water for the aquifer. But holy mackerel. It was wet. Now, it wasn't torrential downpour like you'll see some places, but it was definitely wet enough that my boss, who's from Seattle, says, yeah, this is kind of feeling like home. All right. Okay, so I think I'm going to bring this, and we're going to do a little bit of a curlish type thing over here. Okay. And I think yeah, let's bring this across this way a little bit. we'll just bring this across, and I hope things start to behave a little bit better, okay? All right, now, yeah, because I could definitely see coming across this way. Well, again, this side, I don't care if it comes up a little bit. Okay, this side isn't part of the, forced location program, I guess, maybe. Is that the best way of putting that? Probably not. That never tends to go well for anybody. But hey, Amanda, welcome in, welcome in. Glad to have you back. Hope you're having a fabulous day over there in Twitch land. There. Okay. So yeah, so this is looking a little bit better on this side, and the villagers won't go wandering out. I guess they could wander out over here. They won't, but let's go ahead and just cover this up anyway. All right. Back! That's, as much as I say, embrace the mistakes, that's probably not the mistake I want to embrace. Okay. Ah, boy. Burying a horse. Actually, I'm burying a village. So remember there used to be a village right here? Well, it's still there. It's just underground now. Yeah, well, we have mole people. And it's great. They love being mole people. Oh no, see, this part of the village is underground. And they're going to have this nice way out here into this pasture that, their animals will stay safe in. And then come out into this little neighborhood over here. But that section was a problem. So, turns out we have the technology. How will it grow without sunlight? So, part of what I want to do is in this area over there, I want to set up some wheat fields and things. So the idea is that, yeah, they've got crops above ground and they can grow potatoes underground. Oh, Automod, what are you doing? What are you doing, Automod? Oh, you monster. Okay, there we go. I know, right? Sorry, dude. You're in my way. You and your socks and everything, All right. So somewhere here, we're going to... Yeah, I guess we'll go this way. But no, I asked all the villagers. They had a vote, and then I buried the city. I don't know what the results of the vote were, but we had one. There was an election. They voted for something, and then I buried the city. It was classic. That's exactly how it's supposed to work, right? All right, so let's go ahead and finish getting this all covered up. I guess that horse lives there now. All right. Yeah, this will be fine. I don't want that there. I don't want that to be quite that square. All right, lovely. We are definitely making some progress here. All right. Yeah, that's right. Now they can plot the revolution in secret. That's exactly how this goes. All right, so next thing, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and clean out a little bit of space here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like this. All right. They'll destroy the railroad from underneath. Yeah, probably. But no, so they wouldn't want to do that because that's what brings business to the McBurger Hut over there. So, and the gas station, where apparently either they all work or they all just put up with one of the two. Uh, no, it'll be good. So we'll get... Okay. So this is going to come this way. They'll walk through here, I guess. Yeah. And let's open this up so there's more room for them to get in. Because we want room for them to get in. Getting in is a good thing. Except where it's dark and stuff. Wouldn't want that now. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. I'm not going to go through a full like village transformation and stuff down here, but I'm going to do a little bit. It's kind of nice right now, just kind of looking at something that's a little bit less create mod and more, vanilla goodness. Yeah, when the tornado comes, they're definitely going to be in a better place. It's for their safety. It's for a safe and secure society. I watch Star Wars. I know how this works. All right, so I think we're okay light-wise. Yeah, I think we're all right. But yeah, so the idea here, and I don't have any of it built yet, obviously, but where these two houses are, this one and this one, I'm going to build a little bit of a gatehouse. The rest of this village is going to stay. And said whatever animals and stuff end up out here, they'll be there. This house I'm going to build up, so I'm going to basically lift it up a bit so that the front door is actually out at this level. And we'll set up, we'll plant a bunch of crops and stuff out here so that it's all bright and lovely and all that goodness, right? And let's see what other fun stuff. So yeah, and I said I'll probably throw a couple of lines of fences around at least the backside of this farm, right? From over there and around and around and around. Just to that would be the hey, keep people from walking in on your crops and stuff, right? The people here visiting the McBurger Hut, we wouldn't want them to come into and trample the crops, right? So yeah, I think that's going to be the idea. And then I may extend this out a little bit just to make everything line up okay. But otherwise, Otherwise, things I think are going to be going okay for our villagers. So, yeah, mostly I just needed to deal with terraforming this, and I didn't want to tear down the village. So I took this approach. And ultimately, I think it's going to be cool. I may clean out some of this just so there's a little bit more room. But we'll do that. I do want to build a fence just to keep the villagers from getting stuck in the machinery like these guys. Yeah, it's one solution to keep both. Exactly. Because, yeah, look at all these guys. They're just over here trying to, get into the machinery. So I think building a fence or something along here just to keep them out will be a good thing. And then yeah, they'll be able to live their best lives under here. And there are a couple of places because I've got all of this area under here, right where I terraformed up above. So yeah, you usually build your own houses dug into hills and stuff, right, to keep the natural landscape. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I tend to live the dwarven life myself. So I get that. The last SMP I was playing on, yeah, my main base was all underground, and then I built a castle up around my farms. It was was fun. But yeah, I think there are a few places here where it's like I could tear out a lot of the natural landscape that was here. You know, move some of these farms down and things like that. But I think this is going to be good. You know, I said even if I don't do this, you know, I'll get this gatehouse set up and get this area set up. You want to come under here and fix it for me? Yeah. Yeah, even if we get all of this sort of cleaned up, I think that'll end up looking pretty okay. The cobblestone right now is a placeholder. I could end up keeping it, but given that I'm not tearing down the villager houses, kind of working with this cobblestone is not a bad thing. So we'll figure out some of this. Yeah. So skylights are a possibility. So I'm gonna on top here. So this whole area is gonna be farmland. So I'm not sure how much skylight there's gonna be. Obviously that house will get lifted up. But you know, there's gonna be all of this area over here too. So coming through here, lighting it up, you know, doing some other good stuff, I think it's gonna be okay, right? I may end up bringing a drill through here and just flattening out this area and then trying to make it work a little bit better. So, you know, it's definitely a thing. Right now, today's mission was terraforming, and then going forward, we'll see how the rest of this shapes up. But you know, for now, oops. Hi. Let's put your bell. I don't know. I guess the bell's going there. It's a silly place for a bell, but you know, I guess, yeah, see, they're all trampling all their crops and stuff anyway. So we'll figure something out. You know, if I had more mushroom type meals to prepare, I might actually slip the mushroom restaurant under here, but nah, it's all good. I think we'll be fine. But yeah, just cleaning out a bunch of the space. You know, letting the villagers do their thing. I think it's going to be good. But more importantly, it's going to make this area look better. So yeah, if I don't actually have a lot of oak on me today, which I guess isn't really a surprise. But bringing this house up, okay. Is this the back door? Yeah, so what this is going to be, at least pseudo lore wise, is this house will be a way up for the villagers to come out and harvest their crops and things like that. Yeah. So they can come up, they can harvest their crops, they can stay up here, right, whatever, and then head back down into the city. So it's not a prison. I'm not locking them all in, right? Didn't block all of that out. The idea is just that this area over here is basically allowed to be open pasture for all the animals and things, so they don't wander off and all of that. So I think let's go get some oak, because I think I'm fairly certain I have oak here somewhere, like in my storage or my tree farm, where I am in fact growing oak. Oh, that windmill is glitching so bad. Until the people who live underground become jealous. Yes, and now we start a civil war. No one's forcing them to live underground. There are cities their houses elsewhere, it's going to be fine. And if it's not, you know, there will be, well, it could be worse. The villagers over here they're not free range villagers. These villagers have to stay put, so. All right, so I'm going to need oak. Okay, grab some oak. Heck, I have villagers in a box, right? I've got this area right here. That's all villagers right there. These villagers just live in a barrel, you know? We are a kind and friendly society here. It's no, but we'll keep these guys free range, and then it's just a matter of what do I want to do with everything. All right, so I do like the basic Whoa, hi. I do like the basic footprint of this building, though, so we're gonna keep that. So let's get over here. Something like this. We'll okay. 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. They're just hanging out, waiting for something. Waiting for there to be room. Okay. That's definitely a place for that that golem. All right. So yeah, we'll just oh, I should switch to my jetpack so I can get up and down a little easier. All right. All right, so we'll just pop this up this way. Now, so the plan is the ground's going to come out like so. Okay. Now, obviously getting in and out of this house at this point would be a little bit of a challenge. So I'm going to raise the roof. You know, it's going to be that kind of party where we're going to raise the roof and we'll bring the staircase all the way up here, right? I know, Edgar Allan. That's right. We're just going to block them in. It's going to be fine. They'll be fine. No one will notice. Once the screams die down, they'll be perfectly fine. You know, because that's just how this is going to work. All right, so let's go ahead and grab all this oak here. Yeah, they're just It's kind of gets annoying after a while, but eventually, if you don't feed them for long enough, they quiet down. It's all good. All right, so all of the iron golems are out here, though. So, you know, I'm sure that's has nothing to do with me. I'm sure they're perfectly happy wherever it is they're at. Okay, yeah, that's fair until they turn into zombies, and then we have problems. But that's okay. I'm sure they'll be fine. Let's work. And that's okay. They can earn their way all through life, you know? All right, so this is going to come out. Kind of come out this way. We'll fall down a lot, make it happen here. All right, yeah, so let's cut this out. Okay, and we'll run this across this way. So basically, I'm just lifting this house up a little bit. Okay. So that's all going to come out like so. And we'll get the rest of this figured out here in a minute. But obviously, I'm not copying it exactly because you know, copyright's a thing, but no, just because I don't remember how it looked, and I'm okay with that. Okay. But yeah, we'll just say they'll be able to come in this way and go up the ladder, and eventually that ladder will be tall enough that they'll be able to be where they need to be. Okay. Also, I want those doors. Ack! Falling. Okay, so, right, this comes out. Yeah, get rid of the rest of that old roof. Falling? Again. It's totally a thing. Yeah, villagers can climb ladders. Most mobs can actually go up ladders. It's down that they have a problem with. And, you know, that's okay. They can have a problem, you know, with down. I'm okay with that. Kind of feeling like there's something not quite how I want it to be. Yeah, so they don't go down ladders. It's kind of like scaffolding. They can go up but not down. So I may actually turn it into a staircase or something too. I mean, I've got room back into that hill, so I can definitely rearrange things a little bit. Right? We can just kind of slide around and be a thing. Right? All right, all right. Just pop it through here. Yeah, so we can make that happen. It'll be fine. Okay, but for now, let's just fill this in, and then we'll figure out the rest of this in a minute. Okay, now I do want that hill there, so this wall is going to be pretty solid. Okay. This, yeah, if I'm going to bring this around like so, right? That's doable, right? That's also stupid. Hi. All right. Next question is, do I want these? Probably not. I think I want those to come out. Okay, so we just run our roof across like this. And we'll see if this continues to work in any sort of fun and exciting fashion, right? Okay, again, I'm basically just copying the design of the villager house because I wanted to stick with the theme that we had going on over with the rest of the village, right? So we'll just keep that going. Okay, nothing too. Oops, that's a block. It's definitely a block. Okay. All right, so this is going to slide on over just like that and like that. And we're going to fall. We're going to fall again. All the falling. Okay. All right. So again, nothing overly crazy or dramatic here. Just a little bit of something and some slabs. Perfect. Okay. All right, so that'll go kind of like that. And then for now, we'll just slap a little grass in here. Okay, this is going to come out. Okay, I think I may go ahead and put a window here, so we'll leave that open. All right. It's a nice little shack for whatever farmers decide they want to live up here. It's gonna be great. And right, so that'll go there. This'll kind of fill in like so. All right. Wow, this is really, really boring. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you copy villager architecture. You get a little bit boring. But that's totally fine. We'll just let's do it this way. No, I don't have glass panes on me because I broke them or something. But that's fine. Okay, we'll just like that. Oops. Kind of like that and that and that and all of the that's that are going to be there. All right, so let's now as I recall the main kind of design of this thing, if you can call it that, had these two doors, right? So I want to reverse these because of reasons. I want it to face the other way though, so. No, if I do that, the villagers won't be able to get in. So that's fine. That, perfect. That's the place. It's always good to have your doors just sort of randomly placed in places, right? Absolutely. Just sit down in the landscape, you know. Axes are cool. Okay. And hi. Let's so that's gonna come out. We're going to fill in the undersides here because definitely want a full underside, right? Yeah, sure. It was just an art, yeah, just an art installation. Yep, exactly. Exactly. All right. You know, and if your pasta's not creepy, are you even trying? You know, I think maybe what I'll do, let's... Obviously, we're not continuing the same story that we had before, but a little bit's good. Yeah, and I'll take some glass, which, again, I don't have on me at the moment, but we'll put a little glass up here. And, yeah, we'll figure something out. Now, this can come out. Right? Because, yeah. Yeah, that little patio that was up there, not necessary at all anymore. And this can come out. All right. Yeah, we've got a great window into the machinery over here. So that's... Hang on. We've got villagers stuck on the treadmill again. Hi. You guys, come over here. You're gonna love it. Yeah, this whole thing needs to get blocked off too, but because the villagers, man, they'll get on the treadmill and they'll just run forever, and that's not healthy. You gotta get off the treadmill once in a while, gang. All right, so let's get some ladders. Okay. All right, and... Oh, glass. Yeah, training for a marathon. Dude was training for like a quintuple marathon, I'll tell you. Which, you know, could be fun, I guess. For someone else. Farmer is just admiring everything. Let's see, I've got some gray stained glass. Do I have anything else? I don't think I want to use the white mosaics. We'll just use this gray. That'll be fine. Which will be fine. Okay. If I can figure out where I was and get back up there. Okay. All right, nice. So now they've got a place where they can come and spend and do things. Spend time and do stuff and whatever. I think let's... I don't know if I want to put a bed up there or not. I should put some sort of decor up here. Something. Maybe I could put a table and some chairs or something up here, but all right. But the good news is we're set. So what I'll need to do now is get out here with probably some fence. Again, I do need to fence this in so that well, just to keep the the farmers from walking off into something. Actually, let's take that out. Let's do it the other way. That goes there, and this goes there. Okay, cool. All right, so that kind of works. And then that's solid. I could put... Oh, you know what? I could put a nice little... let's... Okay, hang on. We're going to decorate this house. Yep, it's going to be a thing. We're going to need a couple things here. First of all, we're going to need some planks. Okay, because I do need a composter. Probably need a composter because that guy up there does need to be a farmer. I need... Do I have coal on me? Oh no, I turned it all into... Darn. Turned it all into stuff. I need a campfire. Where's... Do I have coal over here? If not, I'll fly back and get some. Nope, no coal there. I do have a table and some chairs. So we're going to take that with us too. For some... Again, for some lovely decorative nonsense. Some tiki torches, but I don't think I want to do the tiki torches. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Okay, there's all of that. Right, I was going to make a campfire. So I was looking for coal, which I do not have, so. All right, let's go get some coal. Because, yeah, I made a bunch of torches because I was a little bit concerned with being able to light up all around my terraforming. Made it. Perfect. All right, down we go. Down, boy. Down. Thank you. Okay. So somewhere over here... I can move my sandwich. Somewhere over here, I have... Do I have coal? I have blocks of coal. That will work. It's so much quartz. I should, like, build something out of quartz. I don't know what, but something should totally be built out of quartz. All right, so I want a campfire. Okay. So that'll be good. And let's grab some iron while we're at it. Hang on. Drop off those things. All right, so let's see if I actually have iron. Or I should have. Oh yeah, plenty of iron. Wonderful. And some of this iron could actually be useful. I don't know that I want the iron bars. We'll see. I am going to do... oops. Wow, I hit caps lock. That's cool. Oh, the industrial iron mesh, which I might actually have a bunch of that over here. Because I have an industrial iron box. Can't get it at it at the moment, but I've got one. Yes, this is going to be perfect. Okay. See if I've got more. Ta-da! Yep, I have more. Wonderful. Okay, and I've got some industrial iron bars, which are great, but not what I'm looking for today. Yeah, not today. All right. Sorry, I had to think a minute, and thinking is hard. I can't think and play Minecraft at the same time. It's just not high on the list of possibilities. You know, some people have these skills, and they are cool. All right. So, let's get over here. Got a campfire. This is going to be great. Oh, yeah. This is going to be really cute. We're going to slide over here. Oh, I should probably, finish off that as well. But, okay. So what I'm going to do is we'll take our table and chairs, since we've got them. Okay. See, nice little thing. Maybe I'll go make a pizza and give them some place to be, right? And then I want to come in. I don't know. Do I want to pop it into this wall? I'm going to put in a little fireplace. Let's do it right here. Oh, right. That's... Oops. Wrong. That's not where it's going to go. That would be silliness. Did I drop a block? I must have dropped a block. Yeah. Also, I'm not wearing my jetpack anymore, so awesome. All right. So I guess we're not going to put it there. Let's go ahead and stick it in over here. Well, yeah, no, this is going to make sense. Maybe not there. Where do I have space that I can knock this in and it's going to be kind of hidden? I don't know. Because right on this side of the wall, there's a whole lot of nothing. Over there. No, I could put it there. Okay, this will work. Yeah, see, because what I'm missing is some stairs. Let's see if I can get down here. I'm going to need, first off, a few more planks. And we're going to need some stairs. Okay, that's more than enough. Okay, let's see this. That's going to go there. Okay, which is great. And see, now we've got some space that I can slap down this campfire. Okay, just like that. And that can go there. And then I can do... Oh, I wanted to actually put that back a little bit, but... Okay. All right, so now we've got ourselves a chimney, which is fun. Right, so chimney. All right, so this is going to have to not be that. Yes, this is going to have to be dirt. Yes, dirt. That's the ticket. Uh-huh. Yes, that's... All right, so... Right, I have cobblestone. We can make this work. All right, yeah. All right, so we'll just pop up like this. And like this. This is going to be good. I went through a phase where everything I built was a fireplace. I built like so many fireplaces. It was weird. Okay. All right, so this will come up this way. Okay, and I think that should do it. Do we want to... Boy, that is a bulky... That is so bulky. Okay. Let's see if I can do something about that, because that is just too bulky. I'm sorry. Your bulk is more than we can handle on this flight. We're gonna have to figure out other forms of transportation today. Okay, so. All right, so this is going to have to go. So that's going to go that way. So let's do. So I guess I could just do that. The smoke will collect there, but that's okay. And then I can do this on the outside. Okay, that's. I mean, a chimney would be cool, but I think this will work. It's not ideal, but it'll do what I need it to do. I was going to try to put a fence in front of it, but given the space limitations, I think we're doing okay. Oh, actually, no, it would be cool. I wonder if I have a nice a cauldron over that could be fun too, but get a nice little fire or something going, you know. Or, you know, maybe they're cooking soup. Soup is great, right? We can cook all the soup. I don't know, something. Anyway, all right, so nice. We have ourselves a cute little house. Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, all right. Okay. Nice. So, it's 4 blocks high down here. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks high up here. So yeah, nice little place to go and do stuff. Now I did want to, right, I've got a composter here as well. We're just gonna, I think I want to stick this outside. We're gonna stick this right here. I think it's gonna be. Okay. I think that's gonna be nice just as a one. The villager that ends up here will definitely be a farmer. And, you know, I saw a villager wandering around. I guess maybe he ended up somewhere else. And that's okay. But the idea here, we're going to run this. We're going to a nice little fence going this way. Okay. I'm going to have to clean out this hill, aren't I? Well, annoying, but okay. Unfortunately, it's just the way the fence attaches to the dirt. Okay. That we get that whole mess, but that's all right. So we'll run a little bit of fence going this way, and then this way. That, no. No. It's just close. Close, but we'll go like this. And this tree is just a little bit in the way, but that's okay. Its leaves can grow over the fence, and everything's wonderful. Okay. All right. Now, hopefully this will keep whatever villagers end up over here from wandering onto the train tracks a little too frequently, because that would be awkward. All right. And yes, they could hop over this, which means I probably should take this out. Okay, we'll have to reshape this a little bit, but that's okay. We can make that happen. All right. Not there. Please, no. All right, so we'll get this going out here, and then what I'll need to do is cut this back a little bit. Okay. All right, yeah, so this is going to be good. We'll just bring all of this over and around, and it's going to be okay. All right, nice. Are we well enough lit over here? I guess so. All right, so now, same type of thing. We're going to run a fence across here. And I think I'm going to have to dial this hillside back just a touch. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's close that to here. Cool. Nice. So, right, so this fence will come across like this and like this. Oh yeah, there's going to be so much wheat to plant. It's going to be crazy. Though I think most of the wheat's going to be on that side. All right, so this is going to come this way, and aside from the random torch in the wrong place, or just in the way, it's not that the place it was in was wrong, it's not where it needed to be. Okay, so this is all going to have to back up just a touch. All right. Nice. And then we'll actually come over from this side like so. All right. Cool. That'll work. And then I can just walk through here and do a little bit more in the way of, you know, trimming through some things, but otherwise, I think we're going to be doing okay, right? Wow. That was bad. All right, let me sleep, and then we'll see what we can do about continuing this fence around the other side. But yeah, it will keep the villagers in up top, because I really would rather have them not walk onto the track. As funny as it is to watch them get hit by a train, I'm okay with them not getting hit by trains. Okay, so I'm going to have to come back through here with crazy amounts of this fence, which I'm out of. All right. Cool. Yep. Nice. And then, hi. It's always been your life's goal to be a farmer. So there you go. Be a farmer. I'm a terrible mayor. I'm okay with you not getting hit by trains. You know, sometimes you just gotta, you know, make those hard choices for people. It's like, I'm sorry, but we're going to try to keep you from getting hit by trains. It's just part of, it's part of how this is going to go. All right. Now, the other thing I might do, depending on what happens with these little gatehouses here, I might do a little bridge over into the farm, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, no, that makes sense, right? It's not it's not that I just don't want to prevent it or something. It's like, yeah, whatever. It's on you, man. It's the libertarian in me. You know, you make your own choices. You could You have the choice to not walk on the train tracks. That's totally on you. That's not a me problem. That's totally a you problem. Oh man, oh man. Okay, so good. So this will be a lot of farmland to plant. I have to see if I have seeds. I might. If not, I'll have to arrange to get some. And then, yeah, so this area is all safe. Yeah. There. Yeah, no, you've got it there. You've got it there, Amanda. This is guy built a huge city right through our town and blames us for getting hit by the trains. We should revolution. We are the Gore or something. Mole people unite. I've built a nice, safe preserve for city for the villagers. Right? It's not at all a place that's trapping them in one area so they don't get hurt. No. Strain wasn't here yesterday. You know? No, most of them it's gonna be fine. They live here in Underhill. If I hit the iron golem, well then I'm not gonna punch them. That would be bad. But if the train hits the iron golem, iron golems should be smart enough to avoid getting hit by trains. I think. Are they? Well, that's debatable, but yeah, no, so this is going to be good. We'll get so that area is to be safe. I'll get this area fenced off. Again, lore wise, it's to keep people from walking onto the tracks and keep stuff from going in there. That's right. Iron golems run towards danger and throw it in the air. Yeah. No, they just get smacked by the train and wonder what the heck just happened. Yep. And then there's these guys over here who are just living their best lives, being leather workers. So, So yeah, I'll figure this area out here too as we continue on. I'm not totally sure how I want this to go, so but they'll have nice, easy access inside here. And, there are about 18 trillion iron golems in this whole area. It's probably something I should maybe do something about. Okay. The other thing I might do is I do want to hide this machine. Maybe not hide it, but definitely want to protect it from the villagers. Because again, I don't need marathoners on the belts here. That would just be awkward. So, on the plus side, I have more than my share of obsidian, so yay or something. Righto. Okay, so we're doing okay. I think we've got some good stuff happening. Yeah, so I think maybe next week. So it'll be nice to take a little break from all of the create modding, and said we'll build up these sort of towers here. Which again, I'm kind of thinking, this side is sort of open, but there isn't a lot that stops marauders and or sheep from walking this way over and into the pasture. But, a little something there and a little, build a gate over here as well for these people who are living out in the suburbs, They want to avoid the hustle and bustle of Underhill life, and so they're out here in the suburbs. Either that or they just banish the leather workers out here because it smells bad. That's that was a thing that happened historically, so, This is a, well, I was gonna say this is a cute little area, but actually, I think this looks like death. So, you know, death is fun. Didn't they already live? Yes, yes, they did. They did. I didn't have anything to do with them being over there. So that was the natural village. They just a bunch of them walked over, and there just happens to be 3 cauldrons of water here for the leatherworking community to enjoy their leatherworking. So yeah, we've got all this good stuff. Yeah, I did not cut them off. See, I left them a walkway here. They can come right into town if they wish. You know, here, I'll even continue the path over so they can figure out how to actually get there, because villagers are not the brightest bulbs in the box. But see, they're coming into town, right? It's great, you know? They can come into town, they can all gather around the hay bales, trample this guy's crops. It's all good. Yeah, I might even throw some of the stuff back. Like I might put a potion brewer back here in the church, so I can get a cleric in here. Just to, again, this is I want villager variety, free range villagers here. This isn't anything overly crazy. And then yeah, fence them off from my machinery here just so they don't wander in. But beyond that, should be good. I could even bring the cobblestone down here just to wall that off, and let's, you know, if they want to wander over there, they can do that. It's fine. I won't stop them. And they will be safe, and they will be protected. And they will be happy. Yes, they will be happy. Or I will send them outside the town. Yeah. Yeah, no, nothing creepy about that. Yeah, that's North Korea. Yeah. You will be happy, or we will exile you to outside the town. You will get exactly what you want. You know. It happens. They'll be fine. Perfectly fine. Okay. So, yeah, I think this is going to be okay. We're just going to have to do a little bit of, oh, jeez, villager rescue. I'm building North Korea. Yeah, they'll, you know, turns out this world was completely built for my benefit, not theirs. So, hi. See, this is why I need a fence. They keep ending up there and say, dude, you're stupid. Stop that. Come over here and be not stupid. It's a restaurant. Well, no one will eat just to show the tourists. Yes, that's exactly right. Come on, I will eat there. Actually, I thought about that when I was building this, or when I was setting up this world originally. I was like, what am I going to do here, right? How is this all going to work? And I've now trapped myself underground, just like the villagers, just like those guys. I mean, for a while, I was actually considering making this a creative mode series. You know, but I was thinking about, do I want villagers to be able to walk around, to be able to get at things, and kind of stuck. And ultimately, I decided I'm not too worried about it, but I can potentially have a train like this one that's got seats on it that villagers could get on, and it would just take them places, but I think I'll pass on that. Decided that just wasn't going to be the way to handle things. Okay. Okay, so nice. So villagers look happy and comfy, right? I should get some looms and stuff. So I've got shepherds abiding in the fields, keeping watch over their flocks by night, even though it's day, and I never let it be night because I just sleep it all away. And this guy who's, you know what? I think we need to save this guy. He's pushing the envelope of safety here. Come on. You're going to come down here and be happy, okay? Okay? Yeah. There. There. See how happy you are? Totally looks happy. Yep, I might even give these guys electricity. I could build another windmill up here. Just to, you know, let them know what they're missing. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad thing. You know, build a dang social worker won't let me enjoy the view. That's it. That's how that works. But yeah, actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea necessarily to just maybe not even a windmill connected to anything. Just build one for, you know, a decorative windmill. Yeah, so it looks like they've got you know, power out here and all that good stuff. I mean, they're lighting their homes with torches, so maybe that's the facade starts to break down a little bit there, but you know, that's okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, the bamboo building. This I was working on this last week. This is McBurger Hut. So this is very bright. But this is where you can come in and you can order chicken cheeseburgers with onion, bacon, and lettuce, or just bacon and lettuce for that matter. I'm curious, what's the difference in nutrition? Oh, those are the same. Oh, those are actually the same burger. Yeah, okay, fun. Yeah, looks it would be a health food place, except you can get cheeseburgers, which is, it's like health food but different. No, this is actually going to be my new food source now that I'm making these, because the amount of health you get from these guys, I mean, like I've been eating these bacon sandwiches, these BLTs, which are great, but this restores so much more hunger and so much more saturation and all that stuff. So, oh man, bamboo farms, man. I build bamboo farms, and I have a big honking bamboo. Well, it's not that big. I have a big enough bamboo farm over here that definitely meets all of my bamboo-related needs. Also, my chest and barrel-related needs. So right over here. Wrong hallway. You only play like twice a year anyway. That makes sense. Yeah, see, I've got this bamboo farm right here, which is, right now it's full, so you can't see anything. It's full, so it's not running. But, oh yeah, I can just come through here, chop down all this bamboo, and it gets turned into just regular bamboo and bamboo blocks and chests and barrels. So I am set. Honestly, barrels are one of my least favorite things to craft. I don't know why. There's a little bit of a pain because you have to craft the slabs and stuff, but you'd rather run around the world and find stuff. Okay. That's fair. See, exploring is my least favorite thing to do in Minecraft, so I'd rather build and make farms and stuff. But that's the thing I like about Minecraft, is it lets you do all that. It gives you all of that, gives you that sandbox to play in. Yep, I built a McBurger Hut, and I built this gas station next to it. You know, because this is where this guy drops off lava and milk. And I don't know where the other car is at the moment. But that one brings in all of the dry goods to make the rest of the sandwiches. So, you know, all sorts of good stuff. I am going to have to cut this tree down, aren't I? All right. That tree's going to have to go away. At least that much of it. When you played with other people, it's better. Oh, right. You'd go find stuff and they'd build stuff. Right. Makes sense. Well, I understand that. I totally get that. It's like, when I run out of farms to build, then what? You know, it's like, oh, you're just a hoarder? Oh, I get that. I totally get that. Say, yep, see these guys? They're doing great, aren't they? Yep. Awesome. I may bring a couple of extra villagers over here just to populate the town a little bit. But I think we're good. I think this is... What the hey? Okay. It's actually talking about me behind my back. Would not surprise. It's like, what? What? You know, self-absorbent idiot just drives an RV into our city and then just leaves it there. Yep, I can see that. Of course, you know. All right, and then I fell in this hole. Yes. That's about it. He buried my house. Yeah, maybe I'm not ingratiating myself with these. Maybe if I brought them a horse. Right, do I have... I think I have leads. Let's take a look. Oh, I do have leads. Perfect. All right. All right. Hey, let's bring them a horse. Here. That's right. Come on over. There we go. There we go. See, they're going to... Tang Long is going to turn brown. Yeah. That's it. See? Who brought him a horse? Because horse care is cheap, right? Let's see. I saw another horse. Of course, I buried another horse. So maybe that's not... I did see a brown sheep over here. Maybe I'll... Oh, and some chickens. Here. Here, you guys... Oh, there's a white horse. Perfect. You guys come this way. There we go. Yeah. And we'll bring this white horse over. See what a nice person I am? I'm bringing them horses and chickens and things. We're not going to talk about the costs, you know, that when you buy somebody a pet, you've just sucked them into a life of expense. But, you know, there we go. Look at you guys. This place is going to be overrun with chickens, as you can tell. Okay. That's right. It smells like a barn all the time. Yeah, well, I did want to put in a stable of sorts right in here. Right, a nice place to keep the animals safe when it's raining or something, right? Come on, eggs are delicious. Okay, they're okay. But in a sausage sandwich, they're delicious. Yep, see, we're good. Everyone's going to be happy. Yeah, actually, I kind of like this. I might dig this area out here a little bit and move the bell kind of over here. So it pulls in some of those villagers and some of these villagers and some of these guys and just keeps them all sort of at this crossroads so that they'll end up in all the places, which will be great. Okay. But, hey. Come on, only about... Actually, most of the houses aren't even above ground. Right, there are like two. Is that one? That one? Okay, and this one, which also goes above ground. Those two. And these guys are also out here. So really, I put two houses underground, and the rest of them are not. It's just the town square. Make a cartoon. Yeah, totally make a cartoon about this place. All right, I'm going to kick you out of your bed. Because I am more important, and therefore you must stand while I sleep. That's not egotistical at all. No, it's perfectly fine. See, they're totally okay with it. See? Look how okay with it he is. Yeah, totally fine. I don't know that that's the look of somebody who's actually fine. All right. Anyway, that I think is progress was made. That's that's why, yeah, that's right. That's why they're going around with their arms crossed. It's not because they're cold or anything. It's just they're just grumpy. All right. We'll just hop back over here in my RV of, righteousness or something. But that will do it for me today. Definitely want to thank all of you for hanging out with me today. It's been fun getting the terraforming done so this area looks a little bit better. I do want to give a shout out to my supporters over at musicfreegaming.com, who are all awesome and amazing. And you too can join that. Just go to musicfreegaming.com, sign up for any of the plans to help support the channel, and get some cool stuff for yourself. So check that action out. And until next time, which will be Tuesday, 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. But until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming, signing off.